Dr. Harry Benjamin here. The Wealth Creation Project is our movement. I'm building it on the Xtreamfx Global Academy platform. And I'm very grateful and excited to have the opportunity to be online with us right now and to talk about the safety trade system. We're diving right in. We won't do too much of our preamble. We love the Xtreamfx Global Academy platform. It offers to us the education, which is the foundation of what we need to be able to trade successfully. Plus, we also offer financial services, spanning things like loans, personal credit building, business credit, real estate investing, and so forth. And we also have a suite of health and wellness products that can help you to be very healthy and strong. And then the very aggressive affiliate marketing program. My favorite, started this company with a little over $100, and now thousands of dollars earned, over $100,000 already collected, and more coming, right? You'll be paid commissions if you're willing to introduce people to our community. Very aggressive compensation plan that pays you per affiliate that you enroll, but also pays you weekly commissions based on the total number of students, our clients, or people that are using the various services. You get paid commissions for that. So that's that part. Now, the safety trade technology, we're talking right now about this, guys. Look at this. All right, I made quite a few NAS trades today. I've been laser focusing on NAS, and let me share with you why I've chosen to focusing on NAS, right? If you're trading NAS and put it on order, you could literally, right? And if I wouldn't put in a live one now, but what happens with NAS is that just count the pips, right? We'll come back to that new safety trade alert in a bit, but let's just count the pips, right? If you want to catch 2 pips, you could see this candle has already moved up, right? So if you had entered here, okay, if you were able to enter here, and then just check to see how many pips already. Can anybody see the number in the middle? What's the number in the middle? Somebody just unmute and tell me what's the number in the middle. There are 3 numbers, one to the left. You could, let me just pull this over here a bit, right? Can you see the number in the middle? There's 22, and there's a number in the middle, and there's a number to the right. Somebody come off mute and tell me the number in the middle. What's that number? 371. The 71 is behind the decimal point, and the 3 is in front of the decimal point. So if you're trading NAS with 0.01 lot size, just this move right here to right here is literally going to be $3. Just that. That is $3 right here. So NAS doesn't require for you to have a large movement. Now let's compare that to AUD CAD. All right, I just put AUD CAD on the screen. AUD CAD. That's the AUD NZD, right? So let's look at AUD NZD and let's click trading. You could see the spread is wider. And let's look at what it would be required to get 3 pips, right? From here, let's check 3 pips, right? That's 0.6. That's not even 1. So that's 1 pip, right? 2 pips, right? 3 pips. So you see, this would have to move a lot more for you to get 3 pips or even 2 pips, right? You have to move almost like 4 times as much on a currency pair compared to trading NAS or even SPX. SPX is you have to move a larger move to get the same amount of money. Now here's the flip side to it. It works in your favor for your profit, but it also works not in your favor when you're losing a trade. So you have to make sure that you're picking out the best of the best trades when it comes to trading. You know, you're picking out the safest trades if you're going to adopt that strategy that you just heard me share. All right, Tracy and Davis, welcome. Is this your very first time? Do you know how to trade already? I'm planning to have a traders type conversation right now rather than a presentation in sharing what this is all about. Tracy Ann, could you put it in the chat? Type it in the chat. Type it in the chat if you have traded before. If not, come off mute and let us know you have traded before, you understand trading to some extent. All right, welcome, Jay. Okay, so Tracy, and if you know how to trade or you have the basics of trading down, please let us know so that we can fill you in on some information that could be of use to you. Just want to be sure, I don't want to leave people behind in our conversation. Okay, all right, in the few minutes that we're going to be here together. My goal is to add value to all of us, right? So this NAS, as I was saying, guys, right now I'm keeping my eye on it, right? And I'm focusing on NAS primarily because it takes less movement, okay, to win 2 pips. And 2 pips from here to here, right? If you just see it's running down, right? If that comes down to here, I'm going to jump in for a buy, okay? If it comes down to here, all right? If it's pushing too fast, I wait for it to settle down here, wait for it to turn back. And why am I waiting for this? Why am I waiting for this setup? Okay, you could see that first the candlesticks were below this green line. The green arrow popped up, showing that the market is in an uptrend. So price was below this green line, the green arrow popped up. Then I had to wait minute by minute for all of this to turn green. Now everything has turned green. Green, 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 all right? And the candles are pushing up above the green line. So that's a buy market. But I have to wait on a retest, because if I enter the trade up here and it turns back on me, I'll end up hitting my stop loss, which is going to be down here. Okay, most likely I put my stop loss below this hook here, right? Or if it continues going up, I might put it below here, depending on how far this goes before it pulls back and retest. Now, when it pulls back, you're going to see like what happened here, right? Like right here, you'll see where here turned red, okay? Here turned red. And then this red area here, you could see that it pulled down here below this green line and then pull back up. So I'm waiting for that to happen here, for it to pull down below this line and then reverse and go back up. That's what it is that I'm waiting to have happen to be able to put a trade in on NAS, another trade in, because I've done a number of them today already. And what I love about it is that you only need two pips movement. Another thing that's great about trading it is that, let's say you enter the trade here, right? Let's say you enter the trade here. This one, let's say you enter the trade just above this line, okay? And then you saw it moving up. You could change your stop loss to stop profit, let's say right here. And then, you know, that's about $2, right? $2 depending on if it's 0.01, okay? All right, starting off with the smallest lot size, 0.01. Now with that, with that as the case, you could see that you could sit in the trade and just let it ride up. See, it goes up and down, up and down, up and down. It didn't come back and knock you out of the trade. And right now, it's now 47 points, or 48 pips. So if you're trading 0.01, this is $48 from right here to right here, okay? And that's about, you know, that's about maybe that's 2 hours, if I'm estimating it correctly. We could change it to we could put a line here, all right? Put a line here, and then change this to the 30, let's change this to the 30-minute chart. So this is 30 minutes, so that's like 2 hours, 2.5 hours, right? 2 hours, 3 hours and some minutes, 1, 2, 3 hours, right? That it would have taken you to earn $48 from that trade if you were to sit in the trade, right? If you were to just sit in the trade and let the trade ride. Now that is amazing that we could do that. That's just one thing that's there as an option. Another thing that I love about NAS, you know, look at this 4-hour move. I didn't catch it, but obviously these things repeat themselves, right? So you can see where on the 4-hour chart, now I'm now showing you the 4-hour chart. So on the 4-hour chart, what happens here is that this is where NAS dipped down, okay? This is where it came down. So you'll be able to see this happen if you have the system, and then you put in your order just above, this safety trade line. So you put in your order here. Now, based on where it is, these are 4 hours, right? So every one of these candles is 4 hours. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So 4 times, let's say 20, that's 80 hours, right? So if you're looking at 80 hours, that in trading days, 24 hours, that's four days, 4 trading days. So between here and here is 4 trading days. Let's add up the pips to see how many pips it is that you have won. All right, somebody unmute and tell me the number in the middle. Just call out that number for me. Somebody unmute and tell me the number in the middle, because it went up to touch this line up here at the top. Call out that number in the middle for me. Anybody, just jump off mute and tell me. There are 3 numbers. Call out the one in the middle. I know it's kind of tiny, but
Yeah,
give it a try.
That's 14667.95.
All right. No. That's the one to the right. There's one in the middle between the two slanted.
That's 14967.
No, that's the number to the right. The number in the middle. There are 3 numbers. There's a 14 to the left.
Right.
There's a 5-digit number in the center.
58361.
Yes, 58361. Correct. Now take off the 61, and that's the number of pips. How many pips would that be if you take off the 61?
5,009.
All right, it's 5,000. But take off the last 2. Take off the 62, and we're left with what? 538, right?
583.
583, correct. 583. It
So
means
that's
that 583. It means that from here to here, if you multiply that by $1, because if you trade NAS at 0.01, every time it moves by 0.01, right, you are making $1. It means that from here to here in the last 4 trading days and a few hours, that trade would have netted you. How much is that? 500 and whatever, $83. That you would have earned anybody if you did, of course, if your account size could manage more than 0.01. But I'm just showing us the potential of what it is that we have our hands on. That's this move. But what if you caught this one, right? This one happened, if we were to count all of these 4-hour candles, right? And I could do it this way. I could just count it by the days. Let me just put in this line here. So if you caught this one, right? You had the system, you checked the scanner, okay? And when you went to the scanner, you look for your indices top 10, and you go to the 4-hour. You go to the 4-hour, right? And then you go and you check all of these 4 hours, and you see what's going on with them. You could check that once a day, once a week. You know, you could check it every couple of days, because it takes time for these to develop. These 4 hours, they take time to develop. Okay. So once you have seen the 4-hour, you have seen this one. Let's count how many days. Let's put on the daily chart. This is now on the daily chart. So this is, when you put this in, this is where it would have been on the daily chart, right? 1 day, 2 day, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So that's basically 3 calendar weeks, which is 16 trading days, because 5 trading days per week, right? Guys, let's look at how many pips you would have earned if you had done that trade. Look at how many pips you'd have earned. Somebody come off mute for me, because you'd have put in your order. You'd have put in your order just above the line right there. All right, you'd have put in your order just above this line, the green line. That's where you'd have put in your order in. It takes a while to come back up to it to activate your trade. All right, but that's how that works. Okay. All right. Now let's count how many pips. Somebody tell me how many pips from there, because it came all the way up to here currently, and it's still pushing up. But somebody tell me how many pips is that? How many in the middle? Somebody call out the number in the center between the 2 slanted lines.
1337.
1337. 1,000. So leave off the last 2 digits. So that's how much? 1,300 and something. So in the last 3 weeks, trading $1 per pip for NAS, this would have netted a trader $1,300. Guys, this is the system that we have purchased for those of us who have it. It's doing it over and over again. This is not like one-off. Let's go down, let's do it here. right? This is obviously about 6 weeks, right? If we were to take it from here. Okay, if we took this one instead, and you put your trading down here, how much is it that we would have, how many, call that number out for me, please? Call that number out, somebody. In the middle, what's that?
1876, 1876.
$1,876, right?
Yep.
And that if you do 0.02 instead of 0.01, how much would that be? That would be double that. That would be 3,000. If you did 0.03, that would be 1,000 times 3 times 8, $6,400. From here to here, $6,400. I'm telling you guys, some of you are going to be doing this very shortly, because this is the system that we have bought. This is exactly what the system does, right? Now, we're also going to be able to do this on let's look at gold, right? Let's look at gold, and look at it on the flip side now, right? This is a sell, not a buy, okay? And then look at the opportunity here, see? And gold, the points on gold are a little bit more, right? But we're on the 4-hour chart, okay? And we could go, this one wasn't called out, all right? This one wasn't called out because this was all green, all right? But it's turned to red. You can see everything turned to red. The arrow became red here on the 4-hour chart, and just waiting for an entry, And here was the entry, right? Here was the entry. You put in your line here, and you could see, just give it time for it to develop, and it is developing, but some money would have already been earned from here to here already. You could take that out if you want. You could, it came back up. In the scope of going up and down, you're going to see this happening up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. This is an amazing, amazing opportunity that we have, ladies and gentlemen. All right, and if we go to S&P 500, okay, let me not leave my NAS too fast. I'm what's going on with my NAS, because I'm looking out for the trade. All right, well, it's almost back up to, man, this is so this thing moves so fast, right? So I didn't get to enter the trade. This is the 4. Go back to the 1 minute. All right, so it hasn't come back yet. All right, on the 1 minute chart. All right, so I'm waiting to pull back here on the 1 minute so I can get an entry. And it's getting too close to cut off, so I might not be able to do that. I might not be able to do that. Might not be able to do that. Good. Might not be able to do that. So this is, yeah, I might leave that trade alone because it's too close. During the cutoff, man, some weird things can happen, right? During the changeover, all right? Some interesting things happen with that power. Sometimes it drops way down, sometimes it jumps way up. So it's better to just wait to see what's going on. If you're already in a trade, that's different, but I'm not. So here is the 1 minute. Now here's why this is such a beautiful trade to wait on. Okay, everybody? And just in case there's anybody here that's never traded before, please let me know so that I can help you to understand some elements of what this is. But everybody here, most of the people here have already traded and are in the process of getting your safety trade technology. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, everything is green. The arrow is green over here. So I'm just patiently waiting for the retest, okay? The reason why you don't jump in like that is because look, let's look at here, right? Look at here. You're waiting for everything was green, waiting for this to turn red, right? And then if you jumped into the trade too early, look at what happened. You see it turned back, okay? It turned back. You see it went up, just give a little bit of a push up above the line, but not enough. So when we're doing our trades, and then the higher time frame, when I was checking this, the higher time frames didn't align at this point. All right, so you have to be a little bit cautious because look at what happened. See this drop? So this should have hit your stop loss, okay? Because there's a change in character in the market at this point. So when you're looking at these, right, you have to also be looking at the other time frames as well. All right, so this is going up nicely as this was, and then it turned around. So this is going up nicely. So when it changes and it comes back down, if this buck, this double green buck here is called a buck, if this doesn't stay green, you should pull up your trade. So when it was here and this So it's all green, and I was watching it. I was waiting. I put my order up here, right? I put my order up here, above that, right? I put my order up here, right? So what happened is that I pulled back, but it wasn't pulled back enough. It didn't put me in the trade, but you see it went down this way, right? And once I saw the box change from green to red, I just pulled that trade out. I deleted that trade. I didn't bother to stay in that trade or wait for that trade to come back up, all right? And it went down. Now this turned all red, and you could see here, but then the thing about this turning red and this turning green here, this is, when you look at this at this point, if we put in a line, right, so that you guys could understand a little bit more to use the system, put in a line here, okay, so it just turned green. Okay, if you put it on the 5-minute time frame, you'll see, okay, so that was red too. Okay, so you're putting on order just below this line, all right, you're putting on order just below this line, but it just took off, right? So it wouldn't have activated, you would not have been in a trade at that point. Now, there are some other things that you need to learn why this took off in this direction, right? And I'm going to show that to you. See where this red line is right now? Here's why it took off in that direction. If you go to the higher time frame, you see on a 15-minute time frame, you could see that it pushed down here, and this is where it activated a 15-minute buy. Okay, so the higher time frames always rule over the lower time frame. So there's a buy that was activated. I should have gotten into it, but I was just I'm learning how to do these higher time frames. So the 15-minute, I put an imaginary, I put a line here as if I'd enter just to see, enter the trade just to see what it would have done. And you could clearly see that it went up. You could clearly see that it went up significantly above the line on the 15-minute, okay? And it did here as well. You could see that it did it here, all right? The 15-minute came down below this line, pushed back up, came down below this line, pushed back up on the 15-minute time frame. And then on the 30-minute time frame, I noticed that as well at this point, that it was pushing down on the 30-minute time frame, but it didn't fully activate the trade, all right? It just touched the 30-minute safety trade line and it shot back up. Okay, so those are some of the other things that you're going to look at when you're looking at a 1-minute trade to say, okay, this is a sell. Are you expecting this to sell down, but it goes back up instead? You have to also be looking at these higher time frames as well to see what they're doing. So this one that's at the end here, let me take out this line, right? This one that's at the end, finish that. This one at the end here, ladies and gentlemen, this right here, this is a sweet trade. This right here is a sweet trade, right? This is an easy trade to win. And the reason is this, everything here is green on the 1-minute. If you jump to the 5-minute, everything is green on the 5-minute. If you jump to the 15-minute, everything is green on the 15-minute. You jump to the 30-minute, everything is green on the 30-minute. You jump to the 1 hour, everything is green. You jump to the 4 hour, the 4 hour, everything is green. You jump to the daily, everything is green. You jump to the weekly, everything is green. Come on. So this one is a really easy trade, right? It comes back, right? It pulls back. And unless there's a very aggressive push down, you know, you're going to win that trade. If it comes down and comes under here and pushes back up, you're going to win that trade. All right. This is like the safest trade that you could possibly jump into. Okay. There's another thing that we need to wait on as well for it to be the perfect safety trade is that when it comes down below this line, right, that's the fake out, and this turns red. When this turns red, on the 5-minute time frame, you want this to come close to the line. It doesn't have to touch it. If it comes closer or touches it, that makes it a perfect trade. So for those who want to be super cautious to ensure that the trades that you're putting in are winning trades, you want to make sure that your lower time frame, right, and the one just above it are aligned. The buck, right, along with everything here needs to be in alignment for that to be a perfect safety trade, all right? But then you also have to be mindful of the higher time frames, because if this, let's look at, let me see if I can find, we're looking at AUDJP, right? See that trade one that we looked on earlier, right? That was called by the system not too long ago. So you see where, when the system called this trade, it was right here, right? I think it was, where was it? 1 minute, going on to the 1 minute time frame. If I remember correctly. So we're here, you see the trade went, no, we're here. it called it here, right? Call it right here. So when this push down, this is when we got the message from the system, safety trade alert, safety trade alert, safety trade alert. So let's put a line here. Let's put a line here and let's try to understand this, right? So this line here is when the trade was called. So you have an opportunity to put in your line just above the safety trade line for it to push up through. Now, if you go to the higher time frame, right? If you go to the 5-minute time frame, at that point, everything is green, right? And this is all green, and just right here is red. So this is a good trade, all right? I think Jenilyn was on here with me when that came in. You could see that it went through the line, okay? You could see that it went right through there. And then the 15-minute time frame, everything was green. And then the 30-minute time frame, everything was green. You go to the 1-hour time frame, everything is green. You go to the 4-hour time frame, everything is green. But sometimes you get a trade that everything is not lined up like that. Sometimes you get a trade where the higher time frames and the lower time frames are different, right? Let's go to UK oil, sell stop 1. So let's look at UK oil and see what's going on with UK oil. All right. So it's a 1 minute, all right? 1 minute. Let me delete this line. Whatever reason you're here. All right. So this is a 1 minute trade, right? 1 minute trade. Okay. You can see it shot up above the safety trade line. Everything is red. Here turned green. But you need to go to the higher time frame, which is the 5-minute time frame, to see what's going on. The buck is green, the red, sorry, which means, okay, it's safe enough. It came up and it retested that line. So it's safe enough for us to look at that trade for that one. But you also should go ahead and look at the 15-minute time frame. And you see everything here is green, which means that the market overall is buying. So because the market is buying overall, you have to be a little careful, because this is just a 1 minute trade that's pushing back down, but ultimately the market is going up, okay? All right, 15-minute trade shows you that everything is buying. This came close to the line, but it didn't retest it. So that's fine. So that means that it would have to come back down here to really activate a big push up. And then the 30-minute, you see it didn't come back down here, but it's also showing green, starting to buy. It was selling before, right? But it's starting to be a buy market, okay? All right, because then this was all red, and then this turned green, the buck turned green on the 30-minute, all right? And then on the 1 hour, here's where I would be excited about the 1 minute, right? Sell, because when you look at the 1 hour, the 1 hour shows you that there is a 1 hour sell going on. It came up here, and on the 1 hour time frame, there is a sell that hasn't manifested yet. So this 1 hour is going to sell down. When it come up to the 4 hour, this is all a sell, and it supports the 1 hour. So what's going on in between in terms of these greens is just really the up and down of the market, right? Up and down of the market. When you look at the 15-minute being green, right, showing a potential buy. But when you come down to the 1 minute and the 5-minute, this is a really nice sell, that's set up, okay? On the 1 minute, all right? And the 5 minutes is in support of that. So those are some of the things that you're going to learn gradually as you start using the system. The basic thing is that you get a message, this changed to green, all right? So you have to be, pull this up, because this should be called a dirty sell, and you should not be doing any dirty sells, especially at these early stages. So you would not even bother to try to do that trade, because it means there's a conflict going on. It could be starting to buy up before it comes back down. Okay, so you have to leave that alone. Let's just say it that way, right? Let's go back again. GBP AUD AUD chef, right? So GBP AUD. Let's go look at GBP AUD quickly. GBP AUD. Let's see what's going on here on the 1 minute time frame, right? Green, green, red, green. Green arrow above the line, below the line, ready to push up, right? So if that's the case, what we need to do, what's the next thing we need to do? Somebody come off mute and tell me. So we identified a number of things so far. Price was below the line, green arrow popped up, everything was green. This one turned red. What's the next thing we need to do before you go ahead and say you're putting in this trade? What's the next thing we need to do? Anybody? Anyone? Just jump off me.
Confirm on a higher time frame.
Right, confirm on the higher time frame. That's exactly what I was looking for. So we need to go to, let me just quickly look at my NAS and see what's going on. Okay, so it still hasn't come back yet, all right? So you need to go and look on a higher time frame, right? Let me just narrow this down a bit so we can see that a little better, okay? So you'd be looking at the higher time frame. So this is on the 1 minute, so we need to now go to look on the 5 minute, all right? And what is the 5 minute showing? What is the 5 minute showing?
It's showing a strong uptrend, a strong buy, bullish.
Showing buy, right?
Yeah.
So this 1 minute trade is called a dirty trade. Oh, is a buy. Sorry, buy is a buy. So the 1 minute is a buy. The 5 minutes is a buy. Okay. So this supports the 1 minute. This is not a dirty trade. It's a very good trade. So this supports the 1 minute because it's already going up. It's on an uptrend. It came down below. It's now getting ready to push up. So with that, you could simply go ahead and put in a line up there, but you should really push it a little higher, like a little like here, because it will give you some breathing space, because it can always turn back and go in the opposite direction. So if you put it too close, you run the risk of it hooking you in and then going down. So you give yourself some space, right, for the trade to go into before you put in the trade. And the next one, you put the line, you put your profit like two pips, right? And if your lot size is big enough, then you'll be able to win. The thing with currency pairs, if you put 0.01, you're going to end up winning 10 cents a pip, okay? With something like GBP AUD, which means you have to have like 0.1 of a lot size to win $1 per pip. So these ones are a little bit more challenging to make money on, the currency pairs, because when you put a currency pair in, most brokers, well, Hugo's way, they charge like, if you put 0.01, I think they charge like $1 commission up front. So you have to win at least 3 pips to win $2 on that. Now, 3 pips on this, if we're to measure 3 pips on this, right, 3 pips on this is from here to, somebody call out the number in the middle for me, in the middle. What's the number in the middle?
32.
32, right? And you take off the 2, making it the 3 pips. So you see how high you'll have to go to get 3 pips out of this trade. So this line, the second line, would literally have to be like up here. Now to get that movement out of the market, to be quite sincere, on a currency pair is not easy. So you could end up in a situation where you're trying to win a currency pair on a safety trade. It goes into here and turns back, and you only get like $1. No, let's take out $1 because depending on your lot size. But the reality is that you have to have a big enough account to trade the currency pairs and make money. You have to have a larger account. $100, $200 is going to be a little challenging to be able to make money, or it's going to take a longer period of time because you have to earn smaller amounts like $2 and $1 and $3, gradually building yourself up. Okay, but you could still win with them. But I just want to help us to understand where currency pairs and the safety trade system based on my experience of using it so far. All right. So the best thing to me is NAS. Our US 30 is even better, but the challenge with US 30 is so aggressive. So you have to be a little careful with that. But NAS, I think, is a good medium. It gives us, if you look at 2 pips for NAS, 2 pips for NAS is just like right here to right here. That's it. Two pips. So quick. But on the currency pairs, it's a larger move that's required, and you have commissions to overcome. And then the spreads as well on the broker. Look at the spread. The spread, the difference between here and here is already 2.5 pips between here and here. So when you enter the trade, in order to win, this is already 2.5 pips. You're already behind by this when the trade opens up by the broker. So you're going to have to overcome this to get into profit. Then you have to go further to make a profit. So I'm not a big fan of currency pairs with small accounts, because you'd have to have a very large move, not large, but you'd have to have a wide move to be able to make profit on a currency pair. Whereas when you open up a trade with NAS, you literally get 50 cents. The broker charges, well, Hugo's rate that I'm using, they charge 50 cents, 25 cents, that type of thing when you open the trade, right? $1 when you open it with a big lot size. So I like NAS for that reason. It gives us a better opportunity to be able to come out of the trade, winning the trade with profit, because the trade goes above, once it goes above this line, it's a win. Once it turns around and it comes above here, that's profit. But the challenge is that depends on the broker. There are some brokers that currency pairs, they have very good spreads. Like there's one that I used in Nigeria. They have really good spreads when it comes to currency pairs. So you can find brokers that have better spreads and commissions than Hugo's way. So when you enter a trade, you have a greater opportunity of making a profit. But you have to make sure that you're understanding what broker you're using to make this work for you. All right. Also, if you're not trading on the laptop with your broker, with Hugo's way, because I'm using Hugo's way here live, right? Down here, you see it. If you're not, and then you're using these numbers from Hugo's way and then putting it on a different broker, right? You could end up in a loss position. So let's look at this trade that's going through now, right? Because this was just called by the system. So you'd have put in the order about here, right? About right here, right here. Okay, so this was not activated you. But right now when it's activating you, you're about 2 pips behind, which is about here. Okay, so that means that if you don't come up to here, on this currency pair, if this doesn't come up to here, you're not yet break even. And then you'd have to come up a little higher than that to be able to make a profit. Right? So here, okay, so you're almost at break even, but then you're not yet at profit. Okay, but that's great. Now understanding this, if this was NAS, guys, this from here to here is already about $8. Okay, you see, can somebody see that's 1.8? Can somebody see that? Right? From here, can anybody see that? That's 1.4, right? Am I right? 1 point, how much is it? So, you guys, jump off mute, man. Don't leave me hanging out here like that. 1 point what? That's 13, but it's really 1.3, right? And you see pullback, okay? So you'd have to get up to here for you to have overcome the broker, okay? But if you have a broker that gives you better spreads, right, you'll be good, right? And see it shooting up. But this is an easy trade to win because everything is green. So I believe it's gonna come up to here, right? And we could see it already, yeah, so this trade is already in profit, even with the broker's fees at Hugo's way. This trade is still in profit, okay? And then if you had a large enough lot size and a big, oh, wow, right? So it's about to shoot up through, looks like it's gonna shoot up through the, and this is in the evening, guys. We're not supposed to even get this much movement at this time of the day. But remember that this trade, one of the reasons why this trade is moving so well is because all the time frames are lined up. The 5-minute time frame, right? The 15-minute time frame, everything is nice and green on this one. So this one is a very easy trade. So when you're looking for your trades and you're trying to find the best trades to win, as you're getting 2,000, the system is calling out about 2,000 trades per day, just pick out the best ones. Just go for the best ones. Don't just try to put every single trade that comes out into your account, okay? Pick out the best ones, because right now this trade was a win, all right? From here, even with the broker, that was a whole pip above what the broker would have charged you, and the spread on the broker and the fee, so you would have been able to make some good money depending on your lot size with that trade that just came, all right? That trade won in front of our eyes, all right? And I'm breaking down for you some of the more detailed stuff with spreads, and I know some of you don't understand the word spread yet, because it took me a while to understand what to talk about spread. What's the spread, right? What's the spread? all right? And the spread, ladies and gentlemen, is the difference between this, which is the I think this is the ask and this is the bid, something like that, right?
The ask and the bid.
Right. So this is the ask and this is the bid, and then the difference is this. The lower, I think the lower one is the ask and the higher one is the bid. So 345, if you minus 3444 from 378, you see this is almost 3 points, because the pip on this currency pair is the last digit before the small one. So this is how you count pips on this, right? The last digit here, the number 4 and the number 7. So if you minus the 4 from the 7, that's 3.2 or whatever, 3 point whatever. So that's about 3, this distance between here and here is 3 pips that you need to, your trade, see, oh wow, look at how beautiful this one was, right? Can you see that, guys? Can you see how nicely the straight one for you, all right? Why? Remember, it's because everything was aligned, okay? And these are the system is calling out abundance of trades. Let's look at GBP NZD, GBP SHEP. All right, let's go check those. GBP NZD. Man, just love this. GBP NZD. All right, so this one, you could see this one changed on us already, right? The box turned red, right? And this is this before the box turned red, when it was called, everything was green. It pushed down, expecting to push back up, but this turned red. The arrow is now pointing down, so there's a potential down. Then you go to the higher time frame, it's all green. You go to the 15-minute time frame, it's all green. But maybe the market could be changing for the time being. So, you know, and then you go to the higher time frame. And here's why I believe now you're seeing that red box. This is why, right? Here on the higher time frame, this is the 1 hour chart. And what is this showing on the 1 hour chart, everybody? Come off mute and tell me, somebody. What type of trade is this on the 1 hour chart?
Sell.
A sell. What is on the 1 minute chart? What was on the 1 minute? What type of trade was called on the 1 minute chart?
A buy.
Sell.
No,
Sell.
it wasn't. No, what was it? What was the trade that was called? A buy. A buy, right? But you could see it started to drop big time, because when it was called as a buy, it was called right here. So if you're in Jamaica, we say jumpy. If you're jumpy, you jump in and you put in a trade here, say, yeah, I have another one. Then this went down and you would have hit your stop loss, right? You could see that. And the reason it went down is because the 1 hour time frame had a sell that was developing. But because it's on a 1 hour, it takes a while to develop to come back down. And if you go to the higher time frame than that, the 4 hour, this is on a buy, right? So, you know, this 1 hour and the 4 hour are not in sync. So this needs some expert level understanding to be able to benefit from this, because the 1 hour and the 4 hour are literally looking opposite to one another, right? So I wouldn't even bother to touch this. This one to me look like, this one to me look like trouble.
Are you talking to me?
Okay. All right, somebody's off mute. Somebody's off mute. So I hope you guys are getting some value out of our conversation, but man, can you see how powerful the system is, guys? This system is an amazing system, man. The safe trade system is definitely a game changer for real. All right, let me go back to my NAS, because man, this thing is going to make me wealthy. It's NAS, right? Really wealthy, because it's so, I love it, because you click trading, you click new order, and you see the pip is this not pip, because it's $1 per pip, and a pip is actually you see 2930, right? So this is very close, right? This is not like 14930, 14931. If we're to look on the chart over here to find 14, if we just measure it, right, from here, 14.9, because right now the chart is on, this is on 14.930, right? And then 14.928, see? 28.5, 28.2, right? Can you see how quickly you get 2 pips out of NAS? Can you see that, guys? Can you see how quickly you get 2 points? that's 27, right? That's 3. Literally, if you trade 0.01 on NAS, from right here to right here is $3. From right here to right here is $3. You could make a mistake and make $3 on NAS. I'm not saying, let me not over, because NAS will rip your account to shreds if you do not do it properly. Okay, because it's just as much as it goes in your favor, it will move very quickly in the opposite direction, very fast. All right, because this is just a few minutes, and from right here to right here is 40 points or pips, 40 pips from right here to right here. So if you're trading 0.01, that's $40 out of your account gone. If you're trying to get a buy and it's turning to a sell on you. Okay, if you don't have a stop loss in place, because you should need to have a stop loss, your stop loss should have been at least below here or below here. So that's $21. If you're trading 0.01, that's $17. You're trying to win $3 or $4. So you have to be very careful in picking out the right trades and don't just be jumping in and out of the market. All right. So that's why I'm waiting patiently for this to turn back and then to give me the entry, rather than assuming it's going to continue to go up. And I'm thinking it's going to continue to go up. I jump in and then it reverses and does something like this on us. All right, guys. So you want to, and then coming close to the close of market, just wait until the market reopens. You're going to see where it is, if you're trading that or whatever you're trading, and jump in at the right point and the right time. All right, go ahead, God's Power. You had a question. Let me check the chat. You're always putting questions in there. Gold is my peer. Let me look at gold here shortly. Which broker was the one you were using in Nigeria, please? Xtreamfx.com. Xtreamfx.com. All right. NAS 100 is the name, right? NAS 100. That's where NAS 100. That's the only way I've seen it. NAS 100. NAS Q100 as well. I've seen it as that. All right. So here is so NAS is a really nice asset to trade. You just have to figure out where your broker count the pips. Some brokers count it more aggressive than others. So you have to be, use it in their demo to see exactly how they do it, to become familiar with how the brokers do it. But US way, man, nice, really nice, right? Really nice, because you open up a trade. I'm telling you, 0.01, right? So I believe this is going to continue to buy up based on what I'm seeing here. And it probably will continue to buy for the evening. And then when the market heats up in the Asian session, we're going to see some rundown. Okay, how much, something like this. I don't know if we're going to get that. We'll see. But we know it's going to run down at some point to come back to here to retest. Right? If it does, I'm jumping in because I know it's going to push back up based on what's going on here. Okay, if it runs down far, I'll wait, because then I'll go and check the higher time frames, right? If it runs down to the 5-minute, I wait for that to develop. If it runs down to the 15-minute or the 30-minute or the 1 hour, it may run down to any one of those. But one good thing is that if you understand how this is happening, this is on a buy. But because it reverses at some point, it doesn't just keep going straight up. It's going to pull back down. So right now it pulls back down to activate this 1 minute. Then it's going to pull back down to activate a 5-minute. Then it's going to pull back down to activate a 15-minute. And then it's going to pull back down to activate a, see, did it here, right? Pull back down, activate the 15-minute shot back up, pull back down, activate the shot back up, pull back down, shot back up. All right. So if you understand that dynamic, you could catch these moves. And that's where the safety trades are. The 1 hour, at some point, it's going to come back, see, did here, and boom, 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 boom. Right? And then the 4 hour, it activated that here, and it's all still going on. So we're going to, as we go ahead, ladies and gentlemen, there's something called a great reversal coming up, where everything here is going to now turn red on NAS and S&P and US 30 and all of that, right? So when that's happening now, instead of you seeing the market going up like this, you're going to end up seeing the market doing something like, this is the monthly, but then you're going to see going down. Right here, where you see for 1, 2, 3, 4 months, the market went down. This is the monthly chart. Right here, again, there's a big reversal here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Almost 1 full year, the market was pushing down like that. Right, went up to a peak, and then it had a major reversal, and it was selling off, selling off, selling off, selling off, selling off, for a full year, right? Because each of these candles is a full month. So when it finally came down, it activated here, and then it started a buy again. 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months. Just imagine that you enter this trade here. You are the system, and you enter this trade here. Somebody come off mute and tell me how many pips that is. How much? What's the number in the center? Right? That's 338,855 pips. Right here to right here. 3,855 pips. Guys, $4 per pip, $12,000. Right? Right here to right here. So we don't have the Nostradamus of trading. We are the ones who have the system. We can be grateful and thankful that it came our way, because it's put us in the driving seat, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm so grateful and thankful that this came our way. So I, find trend lines, Fibonacci, all of that stuff is great. But man, I'm so happy that what I need to do is to identify colors, become good at identifying colors. You still have to understand the different time frames so that you don't, if you're on a 1 minute, like jump, some trades are just called out, right? Let's just check to see what system does. Ethereum US dollar, right? Ethereum US dollar on a buy. Let's see what's going on with Ethereum US dollar. Ethereum US dollar right here. Okay. And it's on a 1 minute, 1 minute. Okay, 1 minute buy. You can see it's all green. This one turned red, right? The green arrow is there. So there's an up and down movement going on. But which time frame do we need to check before we say yes to this? What do we need to do before we say yes, this is a buy? Anyone? One time frame up. Okay, so go and check time frame that the block is green. So this is a confirmation, okay, that we can go ahead. However, what I would suggest you also do is just go up the time frames to see if there's a sell active. Everything here is red, right? Which means that this hasn't turned green yet on the 15-minute. When it pushes up some more, this could turn green and activate a sell on the 15-minute. All right, they take time to develop. Let's look at the 30-minute. Everything is red. Hasn't activated a 30-minute sell yet, but it did here earlier, and you can see it sold down on the 30-minute, right? And then let's go to the 1 hour. The 1 hour, there's a 1 hour sell that took place up here. You could see everything was red, turned green here, and you could see there's a sell off here coming down, and there's a little bit of a buyback, okay? And then if you look at the 4 hour chart, it's all a sell. So when you go to the 1 hour to do a buy, you have to bear that in mind so that you're going in quickly to grab the 1 or 2 pips and not plan to stay in here for like a big push up this way, because that's where you could get caught. You're waiting for it to push up, and before you know it, it just puts back down and you're out of it. You lose your trade. All right. So yes, this is correct, but still go ahead and scan through. Now I know sometimes these things are moving so fast. So by the time you go ahead and you go check these other time frames, you come back, this is already won. Is that, man, got the trade, it's gone already, right? But here's the thing, the system calls out 2,000 of these per day. All right, what happened here, somebody? What just happened here on this, on green, what happened here? When this happens, what should we do? Because this was a perfect buy before, but what has now happened? Right, the BOK, B-O-K-K, is changed to red. Once we see that happens, we do not put the trade in, or you delete the trade. If you're already, you should jump out of that trade if you're in, because this is a sign that this is not going in the direction you want it to. Okay. All right. So guys, look at this one. Okay, we saw that one. All right. Ethereum US dollar. So the system is amazing. It's a machine. It's a money-making machine. No question about that. What we have to do, ladies and gentlemen, is just do our part, right? Just do our part and follow the rules of the system. There are some rules that we need to apply and abide by. And if you do that, ladies and gentlemen, you'll trade safely. Okay? You'll trade safely and you'll make your money and you'll be cool and you'll be good to go. All right? US Tech 100 is the same Yes, that's correct. US Tech 100 is NAS 100 as well, because it's the top technology stocks. So that's another way to write it. Thank you for that, Jay. All right. So if you do not yet have your safe to trade system, please go ahead and get yours. The system is an amazing development that we have. Okay. And I know by the end of this year, several of us are going to be earning a lot of money. I'm really excited. What's her name? The young lady that this Crystal, this morning, Crystal, her name is Crystal, right? I don't remember her last name, it jumps on my mind, but Crystal Hudson. Yeah, that's her name, Crystal Hudson, right? This morning, Crystal Hudson earned $4,510, ladies and gentlemen, in a matter of 2.5 hours. I was there. I was right there on the spot with her on YouTube this morning, or when she did it. Okay, we were on the Move of the Day program. So guys, make sure you're plugging into Mr. Aaron Maddox's class, right? It comes on Monday, Wednesday, 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Monday and Wednesdays, plus the Safe to Trade show, not the Safe to Trade show, but the Move of the Day show by Xtreme on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 9 a.m. Eastern. Do not miss those. All right, Mr. Gordon Clark is on as well at 9 o'clock Monday and Wednesday nights Eastern Time. You can get additional information on Mr. Nelson's on at 2:30 a.m. Tuesdays and Fridays. Ladies and gentlemen, what we have our hands on right now is a game changer of game changers, right? There's no reason why in 2023, those of us listening to my voice should not have money. There's none. There's really none. What we have to do is simply just follow the system, use it according to how it is designed to use, and you'll be fine. All right, Alan, you have a question for me? Alan? You're unmuted. All right, I think we're good.